You are listening to ZTO Radio.
You gonna take that dick? You gonna take that dick, huh? I'm gonna pop off a piece of my dick. Oh yeah, I'm fixin' to fuck you. I'm fuck you. I'm gonna get it all up in your vag. Get it up in your vag with my dick. With my dick.
Welcome to ZTO Radio. We are in transit to Ada, Ohio, taking the show on the road. It's me and Ray McGuff.
Hello.
And I was sick a little while ago. I'm getting better. You can hear my voice is coming back. We did a Strange Findings where I was a little bit raspy, a little more than I am now. But
you sounded like a 16th century smoker.
Yeah, I kind of like where it's at now, though. I wouldn't mind if it stayed this way. But that's bronchitis. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because the thing I noticed while I was sick, I haven't been sick that long for a while, but when you're sick like that, motherfuckers want to give you fucking advice all the time. Like, well, I was taking antibiotics, I was taking medication that I bought over the counter, like 3 different fucking things, cough syrup that came from the pharmacy, you know, like good shit. I'm doing what I can, and there's still people that want, well, you know what you could try? No, I could. Listen, I'm not gonna drink whiskey mixed with honey. That's just getting drunk. That's not a solution. I know you think it is, but it's not.
Well, what you could do is you put an onion in a paper bag.
So throw it under the porch.
Throw it under the porch for 6 months. Then you breathe that in, and that'll strengthen your lungs.
It's always a home remedy or something. Yeah. And it's like, no, dude, I'm doing the right thing. And then I just hate it. When people know you're sick, they always want to know status reports. Like, how are you feeling today? 60%? I don't know. What do you want? I'm usually only hovering around 70 or 75. Right. Because I'm, almost 40 and shit just hurts sometimes. But, yeah, I don't need your home remedies. Anyways, let's get into some music here. We got Trash Night. They just released a new album. And then we'll hear some Alan Downing is Dead after that. He's the singer from Hellfire Sinners and Elk. He does a little side project. We'll check that out. Along with a clip from a past radio show you might enjoy. We'll be right back. vegetarian cornbread. Like Jiffy vegetarian cornbread. Now think about that. It's vegetarian.
Already vegetarian.
Exactly.
Like a vegan?
No, because you look on the box and you still fucking use eggs and shit. So it's what was in it before. You know, that's like my question about it.
Hey!
And we have a dog fight. So we'll go ahead and go into a song.
I'm having trouble, can't recall my name. I'm so fucked up that I can't see straight. My head is spinning and I'm all alone. I'm having visions that my world is gone. Well, I'll be happy just to go back home. Forget this night ever happened at all. But are you safe to be around? Are you medicated, honey? Are you safe to be around? Well, are you medicated, honey?
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed those songs. We're back here on ZTO Radio. I'm Frank with Ray McGuff.
Hey.
I had an experience at Kroger's I wanted to talk about yesterday, and it made me think about how I feel about handicapped people in the workplace. Because I never, ever go through a checkout with a cashier when I go to Kroger's. Ever. Never, ever.
Do the self-checkout?
Self-checkout,
Yeah.
bag it myself, and I'm out of there. But I had to buy like dog food and a lot of big items. I bought trash bags. Anytime I buy trash bags, it's always a hassle because you have to buy the kitten bags.
Right.
And there's a number they need to punch in for it or something. So I just went through a cashier. There's a little handicapped dude, which is cool. I'm glad that they give people jobs. And I didn't realize it until I got out to the car, but this motherfucker had bagged everything individual. I had 23 fucking bags. You know, like everything. Didn't pair anything up, man.
I was once a master bagger.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And as well. But, so I get pissed off at these places when they bag shit too much together.
Yeah.
So so I'm rebagging stuff all the time at Walmart. Like the Walmart people hate me over here.
Right.
So I get it. But there's also the flip side, like you're saying, I don't want 25 bags.
Well, I didn't even realize it because they put it in a different cart. I had it all in one cart, but I had my 3 kids with me, which was a whole other story. You know, like I'm walking through there, they're loud, they're talking to each other at top volume for whatever reason. You know, so I'm irritated a little bit. It's very hard to go through a store with 3 children. And then I finally get to the car and I get all them in there, and then I'm like, everything is individually bagged. The only thing that was bagged together were I had 2 rolls of trash bags. They were in the same bag, but I bought all kinds of stuff that could have been put together. I could have had 5 bags ultimately.
Right.
But nope, 23. So I'm like,
and I don't know why it's so hard. Well, I mean, for that guy maybe. But in general, it's like this. It's dry goods go together, soaps go together.
right.
cold stuff goes
This is
together.
a master bagger talking here.
I mean, it's not hard.
They do train you on it, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So even if, like, now how do you position yourself with this? Because they have clearly had to have trained this guy because they train everybody.
Right.
Now, because he is mentally handicapped, should he not have to abide by the training?
I think that's pretty much what you're going to have to just accept in that scenario. Is like, you know, there was a guy that I worked with at a Sam's Club. He was super nice. His job was to grab the boxes off the shelves, empty boxes, right? But he couldn't do anything else.
Oh, yeah.
So, but he wouldn't stack them either, so they would fall off.
Right.
It didn't matter how many times you showed him. He still just threw them on there the way that he wanted. I don't think that's...
You just gotta...
That's just one of those things where you're like, there he goes again. All right. It's all right. 25 bags, I guess.
But, like, let's say that it's not something... Like, that's a pretty pedestrian complaint.
Right.
But, like, let's say he has a different problem. Maybe he's, like, farting a lot or shitting himself, because they really don't have that kind of... A lot of them don't have that kind of filter, you know, like, to know that they can't. Or they might have problems. Do you fire somebody if they shit themselves like that?
From the same guy that I know, he once shit his trousers in the middle of July, and one of my managers went and comped a pair of pants.
Wow.
And a pair of underwear, you know, from the place, and then helped clean him up.
Right.
And put him in pants, and then called his ride.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, so-and-so's got to go home today. He shit himself. Maybe next time he puts a diaper on, if that's a scenario. You know, I mean, that sounds mean, but
it's just, I was thinking about it, and I'm
so no, he still had his job.
I don't think that they should fire him for this stuff, but it's just it's a weird place to be in, where, like, you as a customer, like me as a customer, no matter what that guy does, I'm automatically put into a sort of scenario where it's like, you know, I have to choose to be a kind human.
Right.
I'm sure that some people are not very kind to those dudes, and it's weird because I don't know. It made me think.
I always try to be nice. Look, but I'm with you, because I've said before, I've been to movie theaters where a person only has 4 fingers and they're tearing the ticket stubs. So I'm like, I love that they're giving this person work, but why isn't he pouring the Slurpees?
Right. Yeah.
Where it doesn't, like, that's a very specific job.
Yeah.
You would need all of your digits to do that. And it was the line was, and I'm like, what is going? Who makes this decision? Did this person do this on purpose? You know, like the manager. So I'm with you. Like, I think that you have to kind of just be a nice person and go, okay, today I'm not going to get mad at this. I'll get mad at something else.
It was just it kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to have that many bags, you know, and I was already struggling to, you know, deal with going to the store. It's just, with 3 kids, you might as well fucking be dragging a dead dog behind you, you know? It's just really a difficult thing to do. But let's get into some more music here. I got a song from Decide Today. I always have a hard time saying that. They're from Cincinnati. And then we'll hear a song by the Heart Alarms from Cleveland. We'll be right back.
What's your reason for existence? Do you believe in anything? Or does your lifestyle contradict the words you write for the songs you sing? What's your reason? 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 What's your reason for existence? Do you believe in anything? Countless claims of killing times, sitting to the shaking, laughing after. But when this war gets real as fuck,
The alt-right. Somehow still the KKK. Elected fascists. It's not that abstract. You got a fist, they got a face. You got a gun, they got a face. Collectively, we have many skills and resources, but ultimately your Facebook post will not fly a cop's hands off the body of a crying child or off the trigger of a weapon used for murder. So what's it gonna do now? What you gonna do? What's your reason for existence? Do you believe in anything? So what's it gonna be now? Show what we're gonna do. What's your reason for existence? Do you believe in anything? Go! When I think of another racist murder acquitted, when I think of mothers robbed of their children, whatever it takes so it won't happen again.
A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. And I love Dr. King, but violence might be necessary. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. Violence might be necessary. Violence might be necessary. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. And I love Dr. King, but violence might be necessary. A revolutionary violence might be necessary. You might have to pull your AK and one to the cemetery. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. And I love Dr. King, but violence might be necessary. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. And I love Dr. King, but violence might be necessary. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. And I love Dr. King, but violence might be necessary. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. You might have to pull your AK and one to the cemetery. Revolutionary banging on my adversaries.
What's your reason for existence?
Violence might be necessary. Violence might be necessary.
What's your reason for existence?
A revolutionary banging on my adversaries.
What's your reason for existence?
You might have to pull your AK, send one to the cemetery.
I'm fixins' to fuck you.
I wake up, I can't help but think, and I lay here, just thinking of everything, where we've been, where you've gone, been missing you so long, when you were born,
Ray, I want a movie review from you. You watched The Dirt.
The Dirt?
The movie that has made everyone a full-blown Motley Crue fan.
Yeah, I didn't know there was somebody that existed.
Evidently, there's a lot.
Because I've never been a Motley Crue fan. I've only kind of liked a few of their songs, and only when strippers are dancing on poles.
Right. Yeah, that's what kind of music it is.
Yeah, I mean, but I have to say, I am aware of the book, The Dirt.
Right.
You know? I don't think I ever read it. I was trying to think. I don't think anybody ever lent it to me. But I'm aware of stories from it because I have friends that have read it.
Yeah.
So this movie really did a good job, in my opinion, on those stories. They didn't lie. They didn't try to, you get these biographies where they're trying to make it a little less horrific.
Yeah.
They fucking went full on. They're showing Ozzy Osbourne drinking piss and snorting lines of ants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're showing Tommy Lee running around naked at the fucking hotel, terrorizing old people.
Right.
I mean, they didn't hold back. So
I just think it's so funny. I understand that you enjoyed it as a film.
Yeah.
Because I saw you had said something really positive about it. But then after that movie was released, man, everybody and their fucking mom was like, "I've always loved Motley Crue," and I'm like, "Do you even still now, really?"
Right.
Like,
that's even a big part of the movie is the part where nobody bought their fucking albums for like 8 years, and they were almost back to being broke again.
Right. I read an article today that said that it was Nikki Sixx. Is that what his name is? He said that grunge didn't kill hair metal. Those bands killed themselves. And I'm like, weren't you one of those bands, dude? Like, you can still exist. All those bands still exist.
Right.
They still play all the time. Aren't you just if Tommy Lee hadn't done the side projects and kept that band relevant with his porn and all of the things that he was doing to keep their name out there,
right?
Vince Neil, the most you saw Vince Neil is he was on like that celebrity reality show. What was that called? The Surreal Life.
Surreal Life, yeah.
That was all you saw of him.
I think that's the one.
Yeah. And it wasn't anything good. You weren't like, but Tommy Lee kept them in the news articles.
I got to tell you, from watching the movie, my favorite guy in the band, the bass player.
Oh, Mick?
Mick.
Yeah,
I didn't know shit about that guy.
He always seemed like the most down to earth guy.
Yeah. He's just like at the beginning, they're like talking about how they're all so young and he's old. He's like, they show that he's got this severe back problem and he may die.
Yeah, he had really bad health problems.
Yeah, he's just like, I just want to be in a fucking rock band and get pussy. If I can do that, I've achieved, Yeah. Like, I want to be good. That's it. Can we be good?
Yeah.
And I love that he didn't give a fuck about anything else. They're all arguing and he's sitting there drinking whiskey and he's like, are we done? Can I go home now?
Yeah, but since this movie came out, and they had that Queen movie that came out and blew up.
That's what's weird, too. That Queen movie I saw as well, if I'm giving honest reviews, they really glazed over a lot. I liked it, but they glazed over a lot of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
They were just kind of like, yeah, he was kind of gay, man. It wasn't that big a deal.
And then they have this Elton John movie coming out that I heard they're trying to remove gay sex out of it or something.
Right, which I was like, Elton John's one of my all-time favorite musical artists. I love Elton John. I don't care. I even had a bit in my stand-up at one point where I was like, Elton John could come out and blow two dudes and then go into Piano Man with cum dripping off his mouth, and I would still go, yes, that is a showman.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really want to. I'm not gay, so I don't really want to see a lot of the.
You're
gay
not like,
stuff.
They're getting rid of it.
I get that he was gay, and they're going to have to talk about it, and I'm fine with that. But do you really need a 7-minute porn in the middle of it? This guy that's not even Elton John, mind you, it's some actor. Getting plowed,
and I'm sure he's probably all right. Unless he's gay, he's probably all right with not doing that.
He might be into it too. I don't know. I know that he is singing all the songs himself, which is impressive in itself.
The other thing I saw is they're coming out with a Sex Pistols movie, which that's just going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Altogether, because Johnny Rotten is terrible. He's a terrible human. I don't know if you've seen him recently.
I saw him recently. He is even worse than I thought he could be as a person. He's terrible. Yeah.
But what I see happening is they're going to do so many of these fucking movies that it's going to kill it, like, completely, like they do with everything, man.
Yeah. They're
going to do so many of these biopics that it's going to be like...
Well, do some interesting ones. Like, give me a Three Dog Night biopic. I don't know shit about them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or a Skinnerd one where the fucking plane blows apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw a thing today that was hilarious. I was watching a live acoustic... Do you know who the band Bayside is? They're like a punk band, kind of. Yeah. They were doing an acoustic set for Kerrang! And in between in between one of their songs, the singer said, well, somebody yelled Freebird, and he goes, I've always felt that the best recourse, and he's like, I don't know where it started, where the Freebird thing started, yelling it out at concerts and stuff, but he's like, I always thought it would be hilarious to just actually play Freebird, because it's like a 10-minute long song, and he's like, it sucks. And I've never heard anybody say that out loud, like that Freebird sucks, but I agree with it, because that song is really overrated and really overplayed. I only like it in movies where people are doing cocaine, because it makes sense. Yeah, it is like a 10-minute long song, though, and it was I laughed out loud so hard when he's like, it's like 10 minutes long and it sucks, and then the guitar player's like, yeah, you would have to like learn it, to like, that's commitment to the bit, to learn a 10-minute long song that you don't even like. Yeah. And then the singer's like, yeah, but then the people would probably fucking expect it after that. They'd be like, play Freebird. Like, no, really, play it. Like, yeah, that's one of your things you do now. And then we'd be stuck in a nightmare, he said. Because when they start playing that opening with the organ in a movie, right, and you're like, oh, shit's about to get crazy. Yeah. They're playing Freebird. Yeah. It's like anytime they play AC/DC and something. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into some more music here. I got Superdestroyer from Columbus, and then Little Weed Demon coming up after that. We'll be right back.
I'm overwhelmed with thoughts. I'm a skeleton.
What's your name, sir?
Dante Dangerous. Dante, get on that mic for Christ's sake.
Dante, dangerous.
And what do you do?
Dangerous.
What you weigh?
Yeah.
I haven't weighed myself lately.
Now, you found this guy in the back of the fucking Walmart.
I didn't find him anywhere. He just walked in here.
You were coming out of Walmart. You seen this guy walking back behind there, and you asked him to come on our show. That's what I fucking thought.
I do not work behind Walmart.
This guy was in here already. I had personally never been here myself. He was here already.
He came with this new house?
I did. I guess so. I did not want to deal with it, so I just let him sit there.
Can you help brother out?
What do you like? What?
I thought you could help brother out.
I got a piece of toast or something. Man, you got the fucking itches, dude. I tell you what.
Yeah. I hadn't been helped out in so long.
Oh my god.
What do you need?
Yeah.
Anything?
Apparently some calamine lotion.
Yes, I'm dry.
Do you need any $12 T-shirts? Because we do have those for sale.
Yes.
You got some money to give, man?
No, you buy them from us because your shirt is fucking jacked.
Yeah, dude, your titty's sticking out.
I've had this shirt forever.
Your hairy titty.
I'll let you touch it if you help me out.
Oh,
you just got to help a brother out. Please help a brother out.
Well,
it's been so long.
Frank could probably make a call.
Hey, what are you gonna do for me, Frank? I got this thing with crack cocaine.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's the sweet mistress.
I'm having an affair with plastic.
I thought it was like cosmic brownies. Have you had those from Little Debbie? Those cosmic
are delicious
brownies
with the little tiny sprinkles.
Are they like crack?
Oh my god! Yeah, they're
that's some
not
nice.
quite. But
Do you prefer
depends
those?
who you are.
How about a Star Crunch? I could go for one of those.
Oh fuck! I fucked myself out on those.
You ate too many of them.
Yeah.
It starts to taste like ground beef after a while.
Oh my god!
Soldier
wanted to ask you one question that has been on my mind recently because I see a lot of posts about it. Crystals are bullshit, right? Like, they're just in general bullshit. The people that believe in them are full of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, crystals are just stupid rocks that people, like...
Crystals are neat-looking rocks that the Earth gives us because minerals get pushed together and heated.
That's what I thought.
Are they sapping your energy and they're going to tell you something special? No. That is all nonsense.
I saw, like, somebody had posted up a bunch of these stones that were supposed to be for fertility. It said, for you people trying to conceive, and they were like $15 rocks, man. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Listen, if anybody's listening right now and they need somebody to conceive for them, I'll come over and bang your wife right now.
There you go.
And I'll do it for way less than 15.
And you'll probably even spray some extra around that you can covet and save in case.
All I want is a Mama Michaelina's baked ziti frozen meal.
He's a cheap date, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to approach that. Let's get into a couple more songs here, and we'll be right back.
Kicking around the garden side casinos when it's time to get out. Looking around, all you can see is so close. What's it about? His name is Charles, and no matter what you say, you can't take his sunshine today. Oh, Mr. Montgomery, well, isn't he lovely? It's a long way home. Oh, Mr. Montgomery, well, isn't he lovely? It's a long way home. Went for a walk and took some food, casinos, spent the time getting cut close. It's been a while, he's walked a mile in no shoes, so he never walks on the stones. His name is Charles, and the clouds are looking great in a symphony of thunder and rain. Oh, Mr. Montgomery, well, isn't he lovely? It's a long way home. Oh, Mr. Montgomery, well, isn't he lovely? It's a long way home. Took a break, sit by the lake, casinos, bet the rain's gotta stop soon. Put it in a box, sit in the dark, leaning back as he stares at the moon. His name is Charles, and he's thinking of you, and he just wants to get back soon. Oh, it's a long way home.
Welcome back to ZTO Radio.
Hello.
Frank and Ray here. We're coming back from Ada. We were going to Ada. Now we're returning to the land of kitten from Ada.
Yes.
It's fantastic. You got to get here to Hardin County, people. It's fucking wonderful.
There's so many things to do, so many activities.
Yeah, there's like 6 restaurants. It's great. I wanted to know if anybody's asked you who you're going to vote for yet.
Yeah, a lot of people have pretty much every day at work.
How do you even parse it at this point? It's so early.
I like to say weird, like people that I know that'll piss people off. Like I'll go, oh, Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah.
Why would you vote for him? Oh, a lot of reasons. He's white, he's handsome.
He's gay, right?
Yeah, no. That's the Buttigieg guy.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, then that'll piss him off even more that I say things like that.
Yeah, I always, this is how I respond. I say, I'm probably not going to vote this time.
That'll get him.
And then I say, but really, anybody's better, right? Like that guy that sells barbecue out of that rusted-ass fucking grill downtown in front of the antique shop. He'd probably be a better president. My dad would probably be a better president.
Right.
Literally anybody. I mean, you can list them off. Any person. I'll take it. Let's get old Mitt Romney back in there. Fuck, I'll take him, Yeah. Get him in the race. Let's see, a dead Bob Dole. Is he dead?
I think if not, he's really close. Like, he's got to be like 93 years old.
The thing that's crazy to me is that in the 90s, right, they spent so much money and so much time with these Kenneth Starr papers, all these things wrapped around Bill Clinton's blowjob fiasco.
Yeah.
And our president now has surpassed a blowjob, you know?
Oh, he's done worse shit before he got elected. It's insane the amount of stuff he says he does.
The thing that happened just yesterday or today where he said that wind power doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because it's not always windy. That there is way worse than a dude having a blowjob on the side. I'm sure that Donald Trump is having all kinds of blowjobs on the side.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that Melania is sucking his dick.
No.
I don't think she's doing anything aside from...
biting her time.
Yeah, biting her time, like we all are, until this horrible man is dead.
Yeah.
And I said it before and I'll say it again. As soon as he dies, I will spend the money to get a bunch of helium balloons blown up. And I'm going to just hand them out to kids. And I'm just going to say, the world feels a little lighter today, doesn't it, children? Because, good Lord, he's the worst man I've ever seen.
The thing that scares me about it, though, Frank, is his son is now talking about running.
Oh, which one?
Don Jr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The worst one, probably, right?
Yeah, so down the road in 2024, we might have that fiasco.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But, you know, we live in a world of dumbasses that will probably vote Donald Trump in again. I just don't want nothing to do with it anymore, man. I lost so much hope with him getting elected. I'm like, how does this happen? And then for him to not be kicked out of that office by now, after the series of things that he's done, the embarrassing things he's said, the rude comments he's made about dead veterans. Come on.
His entire persona is sickening. And like he doesn't even try. That's the thing that gets me. He doesn't even try to be presidential.
Oh no!
And his fans fucking love it, and I don't understand it.
Well, he's just being real, and if you don't like that, listen, man. If you are being real and you sound and say the thing, you sound like he does, and you say the things that he does, you're fucking the worst. Then
yeah.
He says shit that, like, if my kid said it, I would be like, well, he's a kid, you know, he'll learn.
Yeah.
But he's a grown-ass man who's old enough to be my father, probably. I don't know how old he is.
He's 70 years old.
Yeah, he's definitely old enough to be my father. But, for God's sakes, man, he's dumber than most people in America. I'm just going to say
Which is saying something, because a lot of people in America are dumb.
Yeah.
I'm saying 50% of people believe in angels.
That is true.
So, I mean, that's right there. That's proof's in the pudding, as they say.
Yeah, man. It is rough whenever, like, the major religion in your country... I mean, religion, first of all, is all magic. It's all... And I actually said this today. There are people that do need Jesus. And when I say that, I mean there is a woman I was talking to my wife about today who let her daughter take the rap for her drug charges.
Holy shit.
That person needs Jesus.
Yeah.
Because without religion, she doesn't need necessarily Jesus, but she needs Moses or one of these fucking religious groups to adopt her.
The Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, any one of them. It would be better than her just running amok loose and doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So some people do need religion. I understand its function in society, but our country should not be run on it. It should not fuel any kind of governmental decisions. And it does all the time. They just, in Ohio, passed a law where fetal remains have to be burnt or buried.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, it makes sense to me because I was talking about this to my wife too. Where do they take the medical waste? Because I'm thinking of a wasteland that's just all really gross, nightmarish things. New creatures are being born out of this wasteland of medical
I honestly
waste.
don't know.
What about syringes? Sure, they have the boxes you can put the syringes in from biohazard medical waste, but where does that go to, you know?
Yeah, where's China?
Nightmare City is what I assume.
Yeah.
There's an island somewhere that they're just dumping off all the shit that they cut off of people, and yeah, it's gross to think about. But let's take a little sojourn from this. Sojourn, is that right?
Sojourn?
Yeah. And listen to some music. I got Funeral Moon from Dayton, Ohio. And we're going to hear some Bundy and the Spins, along with a classic clip from Unfiltered.
Yeah!
What's the first thing you do when you guy for a day?
I would stick my penis in everything, I feel like. Just to see what it felt like.
See, you're like, I don't think I would do that or could do that. Like, let's walk by this jar.
Have you ever like went in those sex stores and they have like the fake vaginas out there that you can stick your finger in to feel what it feels like? Do you not go in sex toy stores?
Yeah, I go in sex toys.
No, I'm not the only one. But like every time I walk by those, I have to stick my finger in it. I have to. And the last one I went in had an entire like life-size fucking doll, and it had like a box cut out where you could stick your fingers in her vagina.
So you go in sex stores and finger bang things? You really go in sex stores and finger bang things?
That's why I said I have a feeling if I woke up with a penis one day, I would be like, I have to stick this in everything I can just to see what it feels like. I'd probably die that day because I'd probably stick it in something that would kill me.
Well, I said, goddamn, to my fucking life, turn myself to the fucking grandma night. I know there's no escape, a lonely fate, alcoholic slave. Goddamn, to my dying soul, I sold it all away for the rock and roll, and I can't trust anyone with these twisted tongues and this filthy fun. Yeah, goddamn, to my dying mind, contemplate suicide all the time. I know there's no escape, a lonely fate, I'll just get drunk another day. Goddamn. There's no escape, a lonely fate, I'll just get drunk another day. Goddamn. There's no escape, a lonely fate, I'll just get drunk another day. Goddamn.
We're back. We're going to wrap this puppy up, but before we go, I wanted to kind of talk about, there's been a lot of people killing themselves lately. Like, I guess there's always been people killing themselves.
Yeah.
But lately there's been like a lot of people killing themselves, more so than survivors of shootings have been killing themselves like crazy. So that must be a PTSD thing.
Well, I read a thing that there's survivor's guilt, right?
Right.
And when one of them, somebody that's left, kills themselves due to that, it can be like a contagion, a virus, because it kickstarts everybody else that was involved as well.
Right.
And so that's what they're thinking happened in this case.
Well,
but celebrities, though, too, have been doing it, left and right.
I figured maybe we could give people a few reasons not to kill yourself, because I'm not going to do it, and if I'm not going to do it, there's no reason why you should do it, because my life sucks ass, and yours is probably just a little bit better. So I'm just going to say, like, there's a lot of TV to catch up on, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, check that out. There's stuff for everybody out there. There's enough stuff to entertain you for hours. You got good music happening out there in the world. Enjoy that. Go find some art you enjoy, make some art you enjoy.
Absolutely.
There's movies that you might
creative outlets are a huge thing.
You know, hang out, you play some video games. There's a lot of sites you can go visit if you like to see things and do things. Just get out there and do something and stop sitting there in your depression and your sorrows, because it's not going to do you any good. Try to change something. You got to change. If you're feeling that way, you got to change something. And it's certainly not to point a gun at yourself and end your life. That's not the solution to it. I'm tired of seeing it. I hope people understand that everyone probably feels suicidal at one point or another, because we live in this world of sorrow and dread. You know, I heard a lady the other day saying to a guy I work with, "So how's your family doing?" And he goes, "Oh, they're doing good." And he's like, your family keeps getting smaller and smaller every year. And he's like, "Yeah, they sure do." And I'm like, are they just sitting there going, "That well, life's life, and then you die"? Is that what's being talked about? But that's really a sad way to look at the world. Like, family keeps getting smaller, you know?
Yeah, that's and it does, and it is sad. But you got to remember the good times with those family members. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just say that and throw it off. You say that, and then you think, yeah, you know, so and so was an inspiration, or they really changed my life, or I did something with them that was memorable. You can't, because the older you get, that's what I found, the more you're going to run into that loss, heartache, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And you gotta find a way through it. For me, it's laughter. I like to laugh through it. I know a lot of people get pissed off, but
that's the only thing that I can think of to do.
Yeah, like if I go to a funeral, my favorite part of a funeral is standing around outside talking about stories that made you happy about that particular person.
Yeah.
And then jokes that come from that, and laughter. It's what somebody would have wanted. They wouldn't want you to stand around.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I think the older I get, the more I realize that when you get to a certain age, sorrow happens. It's inevitable. You got to laugh your way through it. You got to find that kernel of truth and then make it funny, you know?
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot to be said for therapy. Some people choose to go and do the therapy route. I personally get my therapy doing this shit with you guys, doing podcasts. I get to talk, get things out of my mind, discuss things with somebody. I think that's really all therapy is, except for one dude's got a degree. You know, like maybe they know a lot about different mental states that you might.
And I'm not talking to anybody against therapy at all, because I've considered I still may do it someday myself. But you know, if you think you need therapy, definitely seek it out. You know, nobody's telling you not to.
Yeah,
but
yeah, definitely. If you got to find your own path, and everybody's different, and something's gonna work for you. You just got to seek it out. It might just be a cup of coffee with a friend. Who knows? But certainly don't kill yourself. That's not helping anybody. But let's move on. And I just wanted to say that at the end of the show and give some people some positive vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know what might help you? Just listen to our podcasts. You can check them all out at ZTOTV podcast.podbean.com.
Wow, that was a shameless plug.
It was. Or you can just look us up on iTunes or wherever the hell you listen to podcasts, ZTOTV. Do you have any final words or anything you want to plug, Rick?
Not at the moment. Just thanks everybody for listening, and please comment sometime. We love feedback.
Yeah, and nothing negative, because I'll delete it. Thanks for listening.